Most men chase women, but few understand how to create the opposite effect, where women chase them. The difference is not money or luck, it is psychology and discipline. From childhood, men are taught a dangerous lie. Movies, songs, and family lessons glorify desperate pursuit and sacrifice, shaping weak behavior. Men grow up believing they must prove worth through gifts, constant attention, and endless effort. Yet women chase strength, presence, and controlled energy. When a man stops chasing and focuses on his own path, curiosity replaces certainty and desire replaces comfort. The mind values what it can lose, not what is guaranteed. Attraction begins to collapse when a man overinvests, seeking validation, texting too often, or calling excessively. Women instinctively pull back, sensing a lack of emotional control. Attempts to fix this by giving more attention or compliments backfire, because women want to earn interest, not receive it freely. Modern dating amplifies this, with endless options and cheap attention through social media. What makes her chase is controlled behavior, stoic presence, and showing interest without need, holding back just enough to create tension and maintain attraction. 1. Control your attention. Your attention is your most valuable currency. Every time you respond instantly, text excessively, or over-explain, you devalue yourself in her mind. Women are naturally attracted to men who have control over their focus, because it signals strength, self-respect, and independence. A high-value man does not hand out his attention freely. He invests it where it is deserved, and only when it adds value to the interaction. For example, if she takes hours to reply to a message, the common mistake is to send a follow-up text or call immediately. This shows neediness and lowers your perceived value. Instead, wait calmly, continue with your own life, and respond thoughtfully when you choose. This pause creates curiosity. She begins to wonder what you are doing, why you didn't respond immediately, and her mind starts engaging more actively with you. Controlling your attention also means being selective in conversations and interactions. Not every topic requires your input. Not every message demands a reply. By giving only measured attention, you set standards for how she must treat you. Women will subconsciously invest more effort into earning your time and engagement. This principle teaches men that restraint, patience, and deliberate focus build natural attraction, turning you into someone she actively seeks rather than passively receives. 2. Keep your mission first. Women are instinctively drawn to men who have a clear mission in life. Purpose creates attraction because it signals strength, independence, and self-respect. When a man prioritizes a woman above his mission, even with the best intentions, he loses polarity. She may appreciate the attention temporarily, but subconsciously, she senses that her presence dictates your actions. This reduces attraction over time. High-value men understand that their life comes first. They focus on work, fitness, personal growth, and long-term goals before giving energy to anyone else. A man who protects his priorities demonstrates discipline, leadership, and stability. These traits are magnetic. Women naturally want to engage with a man who has a world of his own because he is not available at every whim, and his life has structure. For instance, if you cancel workouts, skip important tasks, or rearrange projects just to see her, it may feel like love, but it communicates dependency. Instead, maintain your schedule, pursue your goals, and let her invest effort to align with your time. By keeping your mission first, you create tension, respect, and genuine curiosity. She sees you as a man with direction, someone who is rare and valuable. This principle ensures that attraction grows without chasing, and your energy remains under your control. 3. Show interest, not need. Attraction is drawn to balance. Showing genuine interest communicates that you value her presence, while preserving your independence and self-respect. Need, on the other hand, signals dependence and insecurity, which is inherently unattractive. Women can sense when a man's emotional state relies entirely on them, and this lowers perceived value. Interest is expressed through thoughtful engagement, attentive listening, and shared experiences without over-investing or losing composure. It conveys enjoyment and curiosity without implying that her attention or presence defines your happiness. Need manifests as constant texting, excessive validation, or emotional overreaction, which triggers subconscious disinterest. Appreciating moments together while maintaining personal space and autonomy builds tension and intrigue. Subtle statements that reflect enjoyment without surrendering control, such as noting shared fun or highlighting positive experiences, reinforce attraction naturally. Conversely, conveying dependency or desperation through exaggerated declarations of need diminishes respect and creates imbalance. By showing interest rather than need, interactions feel reciprocal and energized. She is encouraged to invest attention and effort because her engagement is meaningful rather than obligatory. This approach fosters curiosity, respect, and emotional connection, making attraction sustainable and authentic over time. 4. Let her invest too. Attraction thrives when effort is mutual. When one person constantly initiates, plans, and gives, the dynamic becomes one-sided and interest fades. Women naturally value what they contribute, and when they are allowed to invest, engagement and desire deepen. A balanced relationship encourages participation from both sides. She can take the lead in planning an activity, initiate a conversation, or show thoughtfulness in small, meaningful ways. These actions create a sense of ownership and responsibility, making the interaction feel earned rather than automatic. Maintaining this balance also reinforces personal standards. By not doing everything yourself, you communicate that your attention is valuable and must be reciprocated. This subtle tension generates curiosity and increases her emotional involvement. Allowing her to contribute effort creates a dynamic where both parties are active participants. She invests time, attention, and energy because it matters, and this naturally strengthens connection and attraction. Relationships that are reciprocal feel alive, engaging, and respectful, while one-sided dynamics quickly become dull and predictable. Ensuring mutual investment keeps desire and interest alive over the long term. 5. Stay calm under tests. Women often test men subtly to assess confidence and emotional stability. These tests can appear as delayed responses, teasing, or attempts to provoke arguments. How a man responds signals his inner strength and self-control. Reacting emotionally or defensively shows insecurity, while maintaining composure communicates confidence and resilience. Remaining calm under pressure is not about suppressing emotions. It's about controlling responses. When challenged, taking a measured approach demonstrates reliability and maturity. Laughing off attempts to provoke jealousy or calmly addressing subtle criticisms reinforces your independence and steadiness. This controlled behavior makes you appear grounded, unshakable, and magnetic. Tests are opportunities to strengthen attraction. They reveal who you are under stress and whether you maintain your sense of self. Overreacting or seeking immediate reassurance can diminish respect, while consistent calmness builds curiosity and admiration. Women notice when a man is not easily rattled, and they become more engaged mentally and emotionally because he remains a stable presence in a fluctuating environment. By staying composed, you create a dynamic where she invests more thought and energy into the relationship. Her mind begins to process your calmness as strength, and this psychological pull deepens attraction. Mastering composure under tests transforms everyday interactions into subtle displays of value that reinforce desire and respect. 6. Maintain scarcity. Availability directly impacts perceived value. When a man is constantly present, always responding immediately, and rearranging his life for a woman, attraction diminishes. Scarcity, by contrast, creates tension and curiosity, signaling that your time and attention are limited and valuable. Maintaining a life outside the relationship, focusing on work, hobbies, personal growth, and social circles, shows that your attention is earned rather than automatically given. Moments when you are not immediately available create anticipation and compel her to invest effort to connect with you. This subtle tension triggers curiosity and heightens emotional engagement. Intentional spacing in interactions does not mean ignoring her or acting cold. It's about prioritizing your commitments and showing that your life is full and purposeful. She begins to notice and respect the boundaries you set, and her interest grows as she realizes that your attention is not guaranteed. Scarcity reinforces long-term attraction. When your presence carries weight, interactions feel meaningful, and she becomes more invested emotionally. The value of your attention increases because it is not freely given. Maintaining this balance ensures that desire, respect, and curiosity remain alive, keeping the dynamic engaging and sustainable over time. 7. Set boundaries without fear. Boundaries are a fundamental marker of self-respect and personal value. When limits are clear, interactions maintain balance and attraction deepens. Allowing disrespect or tolerating behavior that crosses your standards signals insecurity and dependence, which diminishes interest. Women instinctively notice who protects their time, energy, and dignity. When faced with situations that test your limits, responding calmly and assertively communicates strength. Disagreements or crossed lines are opportunities to reinforce personal standards without aggression or overreaction. Calmly addressing what is unacceptable demonstrates that your sense of worth is independent of her approval. This approach naturally shifts her perspective, making her recognize the value of earning respect rather than taking it for granted. Maintaining boundaries does not mean being rigid or cold. It involves clarity, consistency, and composure. For instance, if she interrupts your schedule or speaks dismissively, calmly pointing out that the behavior is unacceptable signals self-respect and expectation. It encourages her to engage with consideration and intentionality. Boundaries also create subtle tension that fuels attraction. She begins to invest effort and attention to align with your standards, generating curiosity and admiration. Respect grows naturally when she realizes that your engagement is contingent on mutual consideration, not mere availability. Properly enforced boundaries maintain balance, protect emotional energy, and reinforce desire over time. 8. Improve yourself constantly. Growth is inherently attractive. A man who consistently develops skills, knowledge, and personal discipline becomes engaging and magnetic. Stagnation, on the other hand, diminishes interest because predictability and lack of progress are mentally unexciting. Continuous self-improvement signals ambition, resilience, and independence, qualities that naturally draw attention and respect. Investing in yourself can take many forms. Expanding expertise in your career, learning new skills, cultivating fitness, or deepening intellectual knowledge not only enhances your capabilities, but also demonstrates that your life is purposeful. Engaging in personal growth communicates that your identity is self-driven and not dependent on external validation. This momentum creates subtle psychological attraction. Women are drawn to progress because it signals competence, confidence, and direction. The energy of growth sparks curiosity, admiration, and engagement, encouraging her to invest attention and effort naturally. When your life is full of development and activity, interactions feel dynamic rather than static, and the relationship becomes exciting without forced effort. By prioritizing self-improvement, you cultivate a life that is rich and compelling. Your evolving skills and achievements create magnetic presence, making others, including women, drawn to your trajectory. Constant growth ensures you remain unpredictable in a positive way, maintaining respect, desire, and intrigue over time. 9. Lead with action, not words. Attraction thrives when actions speak louder than words. Many men attempt to impress by talking about ambition, success, or intentions, but constant declarations rarely inspire respect. True influence comes from visible discipline, consistent effort, and tangible results. When a man demonstrates commitment to his goals, it signals competence and reliability, which naturally draws admiration and attention. Leadership in life is reflected through daily choices. Showing up consistently for work, maintaining routines, pursuing meaningful projects, and honoring commitments conveys authority over your own life. This creates a magnetic presence because others, especially women, sense that your focus is self-directed and not dependent on approval or validation. Words alone cannot replicate the credibility that action builds. When priorities, goals, and values are evident through behavior, women are subtly encouraged to engage and invest emotionally. Observing commitment and discipline fosters admiration, curiosity, and respect, which strengthens attraction. Pursuit becomes natural because your life is compelling, full, and structured around purpose rather than mere declarations. Leading with action over words maintains polarity in relationships. It demonstrates that your life is intentional and your attention is not automatically given. This dynamic fosters pursuit, heightens tension, and deepens engagement, ensuring attraction grows organically rather than being forced through verbal persuasion. 10. Walk away when needed. The ability to detach is one of the most powerful indicators of strength in attraction. When a man tolerates disrespect, overextends himself, or clings to attention, he communicates dependence and lowers his value. Conversely, maintaining composure and stepping back when boundaries are crossed demonstrates confidence and self-respect. Walking away is not an act of anger or punishment. It is a deliberate choice to protect emotional energy and maintain standards. By calmly withdrawing from situations where respect is absent, a man signals that his attention is earned, not automatic. This detachment encourages reflection and naturally fosters curiosity, admiration, and effort on her side. When a woman senses that her behavior could risk losing your presence, she becomes more engaged, invested, and attentive. The absence of constant availability creates tension that reignites attraction. It is the knowledge that your attention is not guaranteed that makes interactions meaningful and compelling. This principle also reinforces personal independence. A man who can thrive without needing validation or approval from a partner builds an aura of strength and stability. Women are drawn to individuals who lead their own lives, set standards, and do not compromise self-respect for temporary approval. Walking away strategically strengthens desire, respect, and long-term attraction while preserving emotional balance. Attention is one of your most valuable assets, and how you manage it directly affects attraction and respect. Giving it freely diminishes its impact, while protecting it signals self-worth. Prioritizing your mission above any relationship ensures that your life remains purposeful and compelling. Women are naturally drawn to men who lead with focus and direction, rather than men who bend their priorities to please others. Another critical element is the ability to walk away when standards are crossed or respect is withheld. Detachment demonstrates strength and independence, qualities that naturally generate pursuit and admiration. Ignoring these principles traps you in a cycle of chasing, frustration, and confusion. You may wonder why interest fades or why effort is never reciprocated. Applying them, however, creates a shift. Women will test boundaries and pull away, but they will also return, drawn to discipline, rarity, and composure. Stay focused on your mission, protect your attention, and remain stoic under pressure. For deeper insights into female psychology and the mindset of a high-value man, subscribe to Stoic 95. Transformation begins when you stop chasing and start leading.